Hello friends, in this video you are going to watch JSON. Up to now we are going to see that insert, update, delete in room database in AndroidX and fetch the data from server from room database. So up to now, that part 1 already you have studied introduction of room database, how to create room DB, how to insert the values. In part 2, how to fetch the data from database and show all the data in Cardview. In part 3, how to search the data from database and show affected to Cardview. And in part 4, how to update data to room database and update the Cardview simultaneously with updated data. In part 5, how to delete the data from database with alert dialog and update the Cardview accordingly as per the deletion operation. In this video, how to make JSON from server database and fetch JSON from the server to Android. So let's study. First we study JSON and room database. So what is basically JSON? JavaScript object notation. If you want certain more information, then you can learn that from www.json.org. We are going to study 3 portions. What is JSON string? In simple JSON response. What is JSON array? And what is JSON object? Particularly in JSON array with this square bracket, and this one is the with curly bracket. So in JSON object there is key 1 value 1, key 2 value 2, and key 3 value 3. Maybe much more key value pair will be there. And in JSON array, it's possible that array have particular name. Regarding that, array name before the column and array name will be there with starting of square bracket. Inside that, this one is the first object, another is a second object, another is a third object. It may be there. So in basically JSON operating means JSON parsing technique is the particular for that you can understand the JSON. So if you understand the JSON, then you can parse the JSON. So let's study what is JSON string, JSON array, and JSON object. So in the right side, these all things with the first curly bracket to end curly bracket, this one is the JSON string, means full HTTP response is a JSON string. So inside that JSON string, we can say that these starting with one curly bracket. So this one is the inside the JSON string. Pure JSON string is one JSON object because these JSON response is starting with curly bracket. So that's why it's all JSON string is JSON object because of these curly bracket starting. Inside that JSON object, this one is the JSON array. JSON array with the name of data name. So inside the JSON array, there are 3 objects: 1, JSON object 2, and JSON object 3. So all inside the 3 JSON object, each object has 4 different key value pairs. So one is roll number, another is student name, another is contact number and gender. Same key for the another JSON object and same key for the another JSON object. It is the very easy thing, you can do it on your own. So very easy thing, but currently we understand what is JSON and how we can particularly inbuilt to our easy student management system project for parsing from the server to Android UI. So now we understand what is JSON object, what is JSON string, what is JSON array, and after that we are currently how to create JSON. So simply say that JSON can be created in any platform like Java, .NET and PHP. If we prefer currently ongoing combination web plus mobile, then web server means PHP plus Android or PHP plus iOS, whatever. Currently we prefer that the environment is PHP plus mobile, means simultaneously website is also building and mobile app is also in building mode. So we use WAMP server. Either you can use XAMPP or WAMP. XAMPP means anything, WAMP means Windows. So Apache, MySQL and PHP. So basically you can use from your own. You have to install these XAMPP or WAMP. If you are using XAMPP, then you have to store your project in htdocs, and if you are using WAMP, then inside that www folder. So these two things. And for the mobile Android application, Android Studio is there. So particularly for this MVC architecture, model view controller, the particular client server based architecture, and our client is Android mobile and the server is WAMP server. So we are going to pass the data via web service. Web service is currently JSON. So as per my experience, previously it was the XML, so DOM parsing and SAX parsing and all those parsing techniques available in XML, but this one is object oriented, so JSON is currently in trend. So JSON parsing technique, if you learn, then it will be better for you. So what is installation of Android Studio? I am preferring WAMP. Send any editor, Notepad++, PHP Storm or etc., whatever you have, and browser to check the local host. So in this tutorial we are going to fetch the data from the server to mobile and show the server side data in toast, log and MySQL data in Android mobile via JSON web service. So to learn the JSON means to decode the JSON is known as a JSON parsing technique. So let's start with the JSON and room database. We are going to make some practical for that. So create database student DB, create table student. Already we have made in our room database. So same name, roll number, student underscore name, contact number and gender, same name or same column name as in room database, and insert the values in server side. So already I have run the WAMP server over here, and go to the browser Mozilla, type localhost, it will open WAMP server. Go to the PHP MyAdmin. Inside the PHP MyAdmin you can open that and make the database. Let's see. Make the database, click on database and student DB, create it. Student DB. So inside the student DB we are going to make the one table student student with 4 columns. So go for that. Inside that, first is I know that roll number, another is student underscore name. You can make it varchar or text. Find the capacity for that. If you can write 30, contact number, maximum contact number will be 20. You can store 10 also, 12, and gender varchar, it will maximum up to 10. So contact number will be stored, then click on save. Click on save. So table is built. You can insert, or I have SQL query for that. So I have already made as per our data. So just I copy this query, Control C, and over here I paste it, Control V, and with go all the data are inserted 1, 2 and 3. Student name, contact number and gender. You can insert with user interface also by this one. Currently I use query to insert the data. So up to now, insert the values in server side in database. So this one is the WAMP server and MySQL. Now we are going to create connection file in PHP. So you can use Notepad also, whatever you want to use. I am using Notepad, so less than sign, then question mark PHP, and in question mark, and it's an and thing in PHP, just like $link equals to MySQL I, because it's now updated thing. Then connect, if you know your server at the installation time, localhost and root, there is no password, so or die you can write, or you can give MySQL I underscore error, whatever the error will be fire in $link, it will be there. So semicolon it, MySQL I underscore select db, I want to write select db from $link, and whatever the database name, student db, and go to your connection die. Already I have written that, Control C and Control B. File you can save as PHP, then connection.php. So this one is the with color layout. So MySQL I, it's underscore select underscore db. We have written the name student db, student db. There is no password and localhost root. So very easy thing. Already we have write this one. Then in more file, so step 2 is over, and whatever the step 3, we want to create ws underscore get underscore student.php file. So it is a step 3, we want to make this JSON file over here. So already we have inserted these 3 rows or tuples in our table. So going to Control N, and we are going to write, first we save that file, then save as .php. Write your code likewise, PHP and backspace that. Okay, I will manage it. Then in between that, first we include the same folder connection.php. So our connection will be established with database. So then simple 5 lines of coding equals to array. It is a very basic and simple step. You can make certain complex thing also, but it is for the beginner purpose. MySQL I query, we need to give $link. Before that, already $link in, and query select star from student. You can give order by also, whatever the thing you want to write, and currently just simple for the beginner purpose, and use while $obj equals to MySQL I underscore fetch underscore object and $rs. Then inside that $arr equals to obj. Press semicolon and just press echo single quote and semicolon. We need to write in between that. So curly bracket start, automatically curly bracket will be over, and we are going to write data, and after that colon and JSON underscore encode $ARR. So it is very easy and simple. So our code is ready up to now. $data and okay. Control S. Save this one. Select star from student. Already we have write this web service. Basically it's a work for the PHP developer, but it is very easy and burdenless thing, so you can make it on your own. Just we check all the syntax will be particular or not. So let's see. Control S, go to this one. Already we have saved to our directory, no need for test, so delete it. Only two files, student ms inside the web service. So inside WAMP, this one is the www in student ms underscore web service. So go over there and refresh this file localhost. You can see student ms over here. Inside that web service, if connection is ready, then all the data will be over here. Very nice example. So all the data, whatever the data in rows, you can write the web service, JSON based web service, and you got this result. This is basically from the URL. This one is the JSON response. So basically JSON response is such like that. We need to format it. If you want to understand that, then copy this one, go to the Google and make JSON formatter. Inside the JSON formatter, just paste that if you want to decode. Process. This one is the processed JSON. See this one. First one is the total is JSON string. This one is the JSON object. See this one. This is JSON object. Inside that, this one is the JSON array with the name of data. And inside that, these three JSON object. So easy to understand. And my technique is also easy. I know that. If you make it, that if you think that yes, this technique is easy to learn JSON, then subscribe my channel and share with your friends. So step 3 is over. Move to the step 4. So step 4 is, if we want to access this localhost from our AVD Android virtual device, it is not possible to resolve the localhost. So we need to find our IP address, and we need to write our IP address to this string.xml. How to find the IP address? It is very easy. Start, then cmd, then one command is ipconfig. Make sure your internet connection or you are in any connection. 192.168.43.106 is current IP. Just we write that IP. Go to your Android Studio. Go to string.xml file. Just write to another string. One is for IP address and another is for URL. See, these two things we need to write. So IP address is 192.168.43. Just we write from here 43.106. So already we have write this IP address, and this one is a web service which is allocated over here. Already we have fetched the data from this one, so just write this portion student ms dot colon web services slash ws get underscore all students dot php. It's a very easy thing, you can do it on your own. Close this one. After that, up to now we have already learned what is localhost, why it is not working. If you write the localhost in this one in Android virtual device, it will not resolve what is localhost. So, and other issue resolving, you can format JSON formatter because there is no plain text. You know that this is not good to decode, so you can decode it via this one JSON formatter class. This is the key, roll number, mind well that key should be perfect. Then value will be fetched. Then move forward to the step number 5. We need to create HTTP handler class. In core Java, your concept string, string buffer, and stream and URL should be fine. Then you can decode this one, all the coding. Let's see. We need to find two methods. One is convert stream to toString method and make service call. Let's make that method, or make that this one class. Create, right click on it, new Java class HTTP handler. Very basic class. Then over here, just make one method on the last curly bracket, private, then string convert string to string. Then over here you can so very easy thing, privat. Okay, now we write the code. Just write buffer reader object, reader equals to new, then buffer reader. Over here you can give new input stream reader from given string is. Then string string builder is there, equals to new string builder. Then simple string line, make that string try, and you can catch all the exception. You can reset finally also if you know that IO exception directly. And after that there is no code or working code with e.print track trace. Right click over here, then we directly write certain code. Then while, then another line equals to reader dot read line not equals to none. So then we need to make code that sb dot append line dot append. Then you can simply strike that /n for the new line. So line equals to reader dot read dot line and very easy thing. You can append the string buffer. It is, if your core concept is clear, then you can understand what is append. So you can update that string. It is append option, and over here you can write also finally one another try catch block is dot close. While we are writing that is dot close, then another catch should be there. Control C, then Control V. So, and the last return should be there, sb dot toString. Press semicolon. Up to now we have code convert string to string. So whatever the input stream will be there, it will convert it to string. So one more method is there. The method is make service call. So public string, then make service call. Inside that you can write the string. Request URL will be there. So this is by default string. So just we check the response. String response. Currently, if we initialize that with null, just simply return response. And inside the try, you can type the catch function. If you don't want, then final is exception. e.printTrust. Inside try, and URL is another class, java.net. URL equals to, you can type new URL from request URL. Then over here HTTP URL connection we need to make. HTTP URL connection equals to, just we need to write or typecasting with HTTP URL connection and URL dot open connection. Very easy thing. Also you can make this one code, connection dot set request method. If it is get, then write get. If it is post, then write post. Then input stream in equals to new buffer input stream from connection dot get input stream will be there. Get input stream. So very nice and very easy. You need to learn input stream or stream class and just type that response equals to convert to string from this one. Already we have made this method, so very easy for us. Then we just create that. This one is the get method, so this one by default we need URL with this get response make service call. So basically two methods. One is convert string to string, another is make service call. So our step is about to ready. Over here, create class HTTP handler. So in previously, one permission is needed is Android manifest.xml. So I know that if your HTTP request is there, then go to your manifest file and write uses permission. The first one is internet. Mind well that you need to give the permission of internet. Close this one. Then this method is ready. So the last step is remaining, step number 6. We need to create sync student class. So sync student class is very easy. Also you can make that class and all. little bit much more from this side. So stay tuned. If you want to break, then pause your video, then come back and watch this one sync student, because it is much more important. If you understand the JSON, then you can make sync class also. Then we make sync underscore students. Click on OK. Over here there are many things we need to find the variable. One is input string is equals to null, then another JSON object j obj, whatever the name you want to write, null, then it's a static string, whatever the JSON response will be there, so we need to store over here. Then one JSON object get object equals to null, whatever the first object we will get. Then we want to make certain string also, likewise current IP and URL underscore get underscore student all. So these two we are going to fetch with this data. And one more important is context. So very easy thing, just write the sync student with one variable of context ct, okay, these dot ctx equals to ctx. Then also we are going to write that current IP equals to ctx dot get resources dot get string r dot string dot current IP. Then same for the URL, then equals to ctx dot get resources dot get string r dot string dot ws underscore get URL. Already we have defined this thing. So if you know that async task, then we are going to write this one, async task will be there. So class, you can write that parse sync student, whatever the name you want to give it, extends async task, void and void. There are basically one method is compulsory is do in background, but I prefer that you will write on pre-execute, before there is no order will be follow, and on post execute. If you write on pre-execute below do in background, then also it will call first. So inside the on pre-execute there is no thing we need to write. Over here before the return we need to make one make URL request, but we define that make URL request before that. So first we make one method make URL request, void make URL request, whatever the URL request you want to find. Inside the try, so string URL equals to, I know that write that http colon // then plus current IP plus our URL. So mind well, we need to bind this one. So localhost will be replaced with our current IP, and the same thing already we have write this one. So student ms web service and student.php. So over here we have write this one URL, and already we have make the class HTTP handler. HTTP handler equals to new handler and semicolon, and in the JSON just catch that response HTTP handler dot make URL, and URL will be here. If you have doubt, then make the log URL and over here also you can e.print stress. You can log these URL also. Likewise, we can say that error also. You can define semicolon. So it's a URL request, simply call inside the doing background. Likewise, make URL request. Very easy thing, make URL request. Whatever the response, we will get that make response in JSON. Make sure that you cannot set text over here. You cannot find the toast message also over here. So just we first make the toast with our context, that what we will get if we get our JSON response over here inside the toast message, then we can say that it's a milestone of our thing. So parse student, first we need to call parse student over here. So if you know that parse student dot execute, and we simple thing we do, take one thing inside the layout activity underscore main. You can directly call that view data or inside the on create, but I make that Control C and view data, and this one is the sync data. btn sync, go to your main activity, give the find view by ID for that. Semicolon, btn sync dot set on click listener. Just we need to write sync student. Sync student equals to new sync student, then main activity dot this. Very easy task. Let's see what happens. Just we are going to try to fetch these URL over here. Let's see what we will get, and press Shift F10. We can check also log over here, whatever the problem or the thing will happen or not. So just run db demo in our emulator. Let's see after graded building, if we run this one, then what we will get by pressing this sync button. Only two things. One is HTTP handler. Also you can get online this class, and this one is a sync student. You need to make this sync student on your own. There is one task is remaining to parse the data or parse this JSON. We will do it later on while we check whether up to now our URL request will get the response or not, by the way of taking this manifest permission internet. I know what are going to be, so just check that our activity is here. So just check for the log data over here. Make sure that while we click, then let's see what happened. click on sync student, it is null. So by default there is something over here. Also you can find only set so selected verbose and demo. So by the way of that, yes, our URL is ready or not. First we need to check this one. Just copy this one and paste it over here. If the URL, yes, URL is right, there is no problem in URL. So by the way of that, we have checked that yes, clear HTTP traffic to this one, not permitted. So I know that these error, how to resolve this one. Already I have learned in my second video what is the clear text traffic. Go to your manifest file. So watch carefully, and inside the app, whenever you want to write before the theme or after the theme, just set attribute use clear traffic, use clear text traffic true. I am sure that it will work fine for me. Press Shift F10, click on sync. I am sure it will work. Oh, click on sync data. There is null data over here. So just check that. Mostly for the IO exception, socket failed, operation not permitted. At that time, mostly we need to uninstall this app. I know that if you using your handset, it will okay. If not, then this one, if you need to uninstall this app. So let's see. This is the roomdb. Then go to uninstall this one. Then click on OK, roomdb demo. After the uninstallation, program.db demo, click and run. I'm sure that if you uninstall this one, then EPRM operation not permitted will be resolved. Let's see what's happened. Nothing will be errored or debugged. All things will be fixed. I know that many times these error will be occur with emulator. These error will not occur with your handset. Sure that. Click on sync data, and this one, see this one, response is here. So very nice and very true. I know that always EPRM, when you can sync the data, then always you get the result. Sync this one, then this data is loaded over here. So up to now this data is on the server and this one is on the emulator. So very easy thing and very nice. All our older data are removed from our emulator. Don't worry, we will do it and install it, but mind well that if EPRM is loaded, then best solution is uninstall this app. And the last step, we are going to see the parser. So at the end of the last method, public void parser, you can write anything, any name, parse student or any object. Just simply type that what is reference JSON, then string reference JSON, curly bracket start, curly bracket over. Just I write, make one local variable, string JSON equals to reference JSON. First we call this method in the on post execute. So first there is no need of toast. We write parser, then we know that response in JSON. Simply one line we have write over here. Another code we are going to write inside this one. So try catch exception e, then e dot print address you can write, or you can write log also, but by default it will track all those data. So whatever the coding we are going to write over here, it is totally based on interpretation. So our interpretation is first things, this one is a JSON response, means it is a JSON object. So as per that we are going to write our code. So inside try, our JOBJ is here equals to new JSON object from our reference string. So this one is the first thing. Our total HTTP response or JSON response is our first object. After that, this one is the array with the name of data. I always say that copy this data name. So another code is JSON array, then equals to from JOBJ dot get JSON array, paste this one. It's a third code. And fourth one is if our array is less than size 0 or equals to 0, then there is no thing. If greater than 0, then we will do it certain code. If JSON array dot length greater than 0, then we need to parse this and write that for integer I equals to 0, I is less than JSON array dot length I plus plus, and for that string roll number equals to JSON array dot get JSON object of I dot get string double quote get the name from key roll number. So paste it. Same for the student name and contact number and gender. Same for it. Copy paste. Copy this one code and Control V for 2 times. So student name, prefer this one, copy paste. Don't write because many times written things will be false. Student name, contact number, contact number is here. And the last thing is gender. So last one is gender. So just we can toss it or we can log this code log.d, then roll number plus double quote, copy this code, then student name, contact number, and last thing is gender. So let's check whether our code is ready or not. So very easy and very nice thing. Press Shift F10, click over here on inside the sync data. Over here you can press the sync data. Just we need to check whether these 3 roll number 1, roll number 2, and the last thing is roll number 3, Jolly Bean, is there or not. So mind well that properly working with your logcat. Okay, see this one data is here. If you clear that, then click on this one and sync data is ready. So it's a simple and very easy thing for JSON parsing from the server to Android. Just stay tuned to this one. In this video we have fetched that how to fetch the data from server to mobile and parse it. Show the server side and toast, or currently we have mentioned with the log because in the Q version only last data is shown. So in the next video we are going to insert the data from the server. Already we have parsed this one with the JSON format. So fetch the data from JSON from the server via JSON object in room database is completed. Subscribe this channel, like it and share it. Thank you.